Koseff Award, named for our founding president. This award is presented to a member who has made significant contributions to the Guild and to the numismatic fraternity as a whole. And it's the highest honor bestowed by the PNG. Tonight it's being presented by Barry Stupler.
I have the honor tonight to present this award to probably one of the greatest numismatists of the 20th century. I'd like you to be quiet and hear the life story, abbreviated of course, of an extraordinary man. To light a fire under someone is to get them moving quickly towards a goal. In 1940, a fire at his home, when he was only 17 years old, pushed our award recipient down the road towards success. He was a stamp and coin collector. His stamp collection burned. His coin collection survived. Destiny. After serving in the Army as a mechanic under General Patton in World War II, our recipient returned home to a small town and took up the career of carpenter and building contractor. But his collecting bug had bitten him, and he was feeling isolated. He thought coin collectors like himself needed a way to communicate with other collectors. He had the idea of a trade publication or a trader's paper. The cost $2 a year, and he provided a free word ad for any subscriber in each issue. He checked with other collectors and he thought it was a good idea, so the Numismatic News was born October 13th, 1952, on the dining room table of his folks' home. In the 1950s, he filled with many numismatic pioneers served to build up our field. After losing $1,800 in the initial month, the paper became profitable in 1954, and our recipient became a successful publisher. By 1957, this was his only job. He added other titles: Coin Magazine, Coin Prices, World Coin News, and Bank Note Reporter helped the business grow. He nearly lost it all after the roll and bag boom in 1964. He vowed to diversify into other fields, and he would not be dependent solely on numismatics. Business cycles alone. Old cars, sports cards, guns, comic books followed. If you could collect it, his firm had publications and periodicals on price guides also. Just as numismatic news helped shape the U.S. coin field, his standard catalog of world coins shaped international numismatics when it was published in 1972. He took an interest in events in Washington, D.C., and he lobbied and testified to return mint marks to coins in 1968 and revived the commemorative coin program in 1982. And if he didn't do it himself, he made sure someone else on staff would shape the hobby's view with government as the other issues arose. He was a strong supporter of organized numismatics throughout the years. He even was elected to the American Numismatic Association's Board of Directors in 2007, serving for just long enough to assure the success of his reform slate and candidates who he had elected with him. I served with this gentleman between 2007 and 2009 when I was president, and really got to know him. I didn't know him that well before, but boy, did I get to know and love him. Never did our recipient lose his zest for all. Never did our recipient lose his zest for all things numismatic. Never did he give up his belief in shared prosperity. His ultimate act of generosity was when he sold his company to his employee stock ownership plan in 1988. Employees shared in the growth. When the company was sold in 2002, they got all the cash, his employees. He didn't take a penny. He opened his personal office on the Main Street and continued being what we had always known him to be, just plain Chet. The late Chet Krause of Iola, Wisconsin, is the winner of this year's Abe Koseff Founders Award.
Thank you, Smart.
Barry just said I should say something. I'm deeply honored and humbled to be here tonight to accept this award on behalf of Chet's family and for all his many friends in Iola, Wisconsin and around the country. It's been a great honor for me to have worked with him and been his friend for as many years as I have been. And I can tell you this, Chet believed very deeply and very sincerely in numismatics. He believed anybody could come here, anybody could participate, work hard, and become a very successful businessman or a very successful collector. There's nothing like it in the world. It taught him many lessons that he took into other fields, and it's amazing. What worked here works elsewhere, and he built his entire business on those principles that he learned among you. And further, as important as coins were to him, what was even more important were all the many people and friendships that he made through the years. He believed it was important to share in the views of all of us to make the hobby collectively better. And of course, that's what the PNG is all about. It's professional numismatists that have gathered together to improve the whole numismatic field for the benefit of all. And that sums up Chet's life, and it's here in this award plaque, and I sincerely thank you.